Breast Cancer Awareness Month recognizes that although many strides have been made towards the awareness and treatment of breast cancer, there's a lot to be accomplished. Today, we remain dedicated to educating and empowering women to take charge of their own breasts. Here you are trying to get in terms of getting one breast removed, and he's telling you to get both of them removed.
Exactly. And I was like, is it because it's not, I asked her, is it because it's not on you? Okay? Do you know what you're telling me? Huh? I'm here grappling with actually losing one breast, because the doctor had intimated to me that actually I may lose one breast. Actually, I was going to lose one breast. Okay? And here you are telling me that I should opt to have both removed. Then I was like, you know, you're really unfeeling. That's not something I was looking forward to hearing. Actually, I was looking forward to hearing someone telling me, I think after treatment, they may not have to remove the breast. That's what I was looking forward to hearing. And here you're telling me what? That actually you'd prefer both to be removed? Then it was something else. So I thought, well, anyway, she's a doctor, I'm not, so be it. But inwardly I was like, what sort of friend do I have? Okay? We left it at that, and they advised me to go to the Cancer Institute also. I told her I have already been to the Cancer Institute, and she said, please keep there and get your treatment. The following morning, I did some of the tests there, the blood tests. I did them at the Cancer Institute. Then I was directed where to do the rest of the tests, which I did.
What next? What did the doctor tell you?
Then the doctor told me that I'm to start on chemotherapy. And he briefly explained to me what chemotherapy meant. It's actually, I would call it administering a concoction of drugs, because it's not one drug. Many types of drugs, a mixture of them, and they are given intravenously, okay, through the vein.
So when did you start the medication? Did you start it immediately?
No, when the doctor told me I'm to start on chemo, gave me the prescription, because I had to buy the drugs. The drugs were not there. So I didn't know what drugs, so I had to look for the drugs. And the drugs also, when you buy them, they have to be kept under a certain temperature. So I had to go and see whether they had the drugs, and then pick them in the morning and come with them straight. Yeah.
It's a different feeling altogether.
Yeah.
Getting a new type of medication, something you've never done before. How was it?
There were many boxes, so many bottles, you know. I'm like, God, oh, this is going into me. Okay?
I know.
Yeah. And when I came, and the nurse, she was doing her best, because she was not only attending to me, she was attending to others as well. And in my heart, I was like, God, she's the only one, and you know, she's doing everything herself. And I was like, God, you know how I'm going to receive this treatment, because I was also a bit scared. Okay, am I going to get a mix-up also? You know, up to now my mind was like, there could have been a mix-up. I hadn't really gotten out. That one had never gotten out of my mind. But anyway, after telling me all about the side effects in brief, and told me as I go on, I'll discover more. So she gave me the medication.
You went immediately after receiving the treatment?
Yeah, after receiving
it. Didn't break you down?
No, the treatment didn't break me down, okay? But I was told the rest will follow later. So we came back, and I didn't want to get into the house. I wanted to remain alert, awake, aware, okay?
Because you've been warned.
I've been warned. I was waiting for this big time to come, okay, when I'll start feeling all this they had mentioned to me. And when we reached, I went to my garden. I remember I started plucking some dodo, because they told me I have to eat a lot of vegetables. So I had some dodo. I started plucking some dodo, you know, buying time. Then later I sat down. I was feeling tired. I sat down outside. I didn't want to go to sleep. And then all of a sudden, I felt like a bang. You know, I felt weak. I tried to get up. I felt like my legs were wobbling, you know. And I was like, no, I have been walking, now what? Then the next thing I started bringing up and started weakening and weakening and weakening. I felt like I was on a roller coaster. I felt weak. And I think that was a week into Easter now. And I felt like, now, since I'm strong, I can shampoo my hair, can make myself look nice and go to church, at least set my hair.
It's just like someone who has just recovered maybe from malaria. You feel like you own all the energy on earth.
Exactly. So I was like, let me do what I haven't done and prepare myself for the Sunday, which was Easter Sunday. And I got my half shampoo, my half conditioner, and my combs to start shampooing my hair. And when I poured water and shampoo,
cold water?
It was warm water, and started to wash my hair, I felt a terrible burning sensation on my scalp.
Immediately?
Immediately. Wow. Like someone had poured extremely hot water on my scalp, and yet I was using my hands. The water was pouring onto my hair, onto my head. I was using my hands, so it was actually lukewarm, I can say. So this burning sensation became so severe, and when I continued to rub my hair, then my hair started remaining in my palms. Okay, and it was such a lot of hair that I saw patches, you know, handful. I touch here, it comes out. I touch here, it just remains. Yeah.
Just like that.
Just like that. And I was like, then the rest, I stopped now rubbing my hair, and then the rest came onto here, okay? And it was like all intertwined, like a woven doormat, okay? So, and I felt it was so heavy, like I was now carrying like a grindstone. And when I stopped pouring water, then I decided to run to the barber, and I asked him to please use a little scissor so that he could cut through the hair, because I could not afford a machine on my hair.
All this while that you had your chemo, your first chemo, and you're losing your hair, you hadn't told your children yet about what was happening to you.
Before commencing treatment, okay, I told the children that this is going to happen to me, and I'm going to receive treatment, and that I had breast cancer, and I needed everybody's cooperation, I needed everybody's love, I needed everybody's prayers, okay, to see me through. So they were aware. Of course, there were too many questions, all right, and I said, slowly I'm to discover together with you, because I also didn't know much about cancer. From the treatment I had received, there was nothing else that had affected me. I was told I didn't have enough blood to receive chemo, and that I was to be transfused. I begged the doctor, said, please, why transfusion? I've never been transfused in my life. Can't you give me at least an extra week? I eat like I'm hired. I eat everything you think can make me push my blood levels up, okay? Or even prescribe whatever drug, I'll buy it.
How many doses of chemo were you supposed to receive?
I was to receive 6 doses. And the doctor told me actually halfway I was going to have mastectomy. They were going to operate and remove my breast.
How do they remove the breast? Do they cut the whole breast off, or there is something they remove out of the breast and leave the skin?
I'm not a surgeon, but I think that's what they do. They cut and remove everything from it. You remain flat-chested, that's what it means, okay? And
how did you feel when they told you that?
When they told me that I'm going to have mastectomy, anyway, the doctor had told me about it when I was starting treatment, okay? So I was getting used to the idea that I'm going to lose one breast, okay, in the middle of treatment. And when the time came, she told me that I should go and do other tests, okay?
After how many chemos received?
I had done 4, okay? So I went and did the test. But surprisingly, when I did the mammogram, the report showed that there were other 2 lumps. They detected 2 lumps in my left breast.
This is now the fine breast.
The fine breast. And yet, in the first mammogram I had, there was nothing.
The first mammogram you had, did it check even both breasts?
Yes, it did.
And this one was clear?
Exactly. But here I was, already on treatment halfway, and I'm being told now they have discovered another 2 lumps in the, not one, in the left breast. My sister, it was so devastating.
Were you with someone? Did someone escort you
Yeah, I
that
was
day?
with my husband all the time.
Oh, that's great.
Thank God, because every time I would have chemo, he would travel from the north, be with me for some days before chemo and after until I'm okay, then he goes. So even this time we were together. And my doctor just told me, made one simple statement, told me, Margaret, this is the mystery of cancer. It's a mysterious what? Disease.
Yes.
All right? What is going to help us is for you to have urgent, immediate mastectomy. And this time, it's not going to be removal of one breast, but both breasts have got to go.
What went through your head then?
I felt like I was actually not coming. I didn't know that I was coming or going. I was like, what's the point? I felt I'd already lost the battle, okay? Because the disease which they're trying to treat is instead strengthening itself. It's taking over, all right? So am I coming or going? Huh? So I was like, it's as well as telling me that it's game up, okay? So should I continue the treatment? What for?
What was your husband's reaction?
He was equally devastated, okay? I had gotten used to the idea that I'm going to have one breast removed, but 2, at the same time, it was too much, okay? What will remain of me, okay? Before we came back home, I looked for my friend, the physician. I remembered her words. She told me, in future I may understand.
I remember.
And I was like...
She was like a foreteller then.
Exactly. I looked for her. Also at Mulago, I got her. And I told her what the doctor had told me. And I was like, if you weren't my friend, I would have said you are the best witch ever to have lived, okay? Because what you foretold came to pass. And I was like, Margaret, I wanted this so that you stop stressing about breast cancer, okay? Because you'd live with the fear that maybe it is going to reoccur in the next breast, okay? In the second breast. So that's why I wanted it. But don't worry, okay? All will be well, all right? My faith, I prayed about it and my faith had grown.
As we create awareness about breast cancer and October being the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we should note that pink is the theme color for breast cancer awareness. Be it your clothing or lipstick shade, a little pink this month will make a difference in breast cancer awareness.